Welcome back. We're at halftime at the Liberty Bowl. XFL on UPN. The Memphis Maniax at home leading the undefeated Orlando Rage 16-12. The Maniacs defense played poor early, but then rebounded behind their outside linebacker, Richard Hogans. Hogans, a 25-year-old from Columbus, Georgia. He is a multifaceted person. He is a meanie on the field, but a softie off it. Here he is.
I play with a passion. You know, I play like I'm a little kid. Like I'm back in my backyard playing kill the man with a football or something like that. You know, I just go out there and I have fun and I put everything into it.
I met Richard when he was in college. I was his nurse and I discharged him home. And he slid me his phone number somehow. I didn't think he wanted to go out with me. It was the last thing from my mind, but that's what he was doing at the time. He was slick about it.
I'm the type of player when I'm making plays and I'm making big hits, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna say a few words to you. I can go out there and I can do all the trash talking I want, but if I can't back it up, it's really no point to it. Before the game, I can't talk to you. You may want to come and shake my hand, but I can't do it. Not until after the game. You know, we got business to take care of at this time, so you know, I can't be friends with you right now.
Definitely, players are scared of Richard.
I guess you can call me Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. On the field, I'm trying to terrorize. I'm just a monster out there. I'm going to try to do everything it takes to inflict as much pain as I can on you without causing serious injury, but try to make you know that, my presence is there. But off the field, I don't bring it near the house. You know, I come home, I'm laid back. I, kick around with the kids. I watch TV. Me and my wife, we just hang out. Oh,
the sight of Richard off the field, he is the best man I could have married. He is a wonderful father. A very supportive husband. He's very affectionate. He's just a wonderful person.
While Richard has an easy time at home corralling the kids, the big on-field hit still eludes him.
When you get that one monster hit, that what we call a slobber knocker. When you get that one hit, because you can feel the other guy just go limp. You're going to hear some fans go, ooh. I mean, you yearn for a hit like that. And I'm still waiting for it, Like right now, I'm craving for it. I'm biting at the bit to get it. But it's going to come. You just got to be patient with those type of hits. It's war. It's war. We're gladiators. You know what I mean? We're in the Coliseum. We got fans that are screaming bloody murder. And I expect to give it to them.
And the wife of Richard Hogans, Wendy, with the kids. How difficult is it, do you think, to be the wife of a professional football player? Your wife, Kat, should know, boss.
Well, yeah, they worry all the time because it's a very violent game. We saw that with with the injury tonight with Jeff Brump. It's something, and she's a nurse, and it's ironic that she probably met Richard in a hospital.
Getting some treatment.
So, it's very difficult. And, I talked to Richard about this before. He's got two sons, and he doesn't really want either one of them to play football.
All right, highlights of Richard in the first half. Big hits, boss. That's a pretty good hit there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was young guy hitting him.
In on that one?
Yeah, you know what? He's a very active guy. He comes in, he's very aggressive. He plays with his hair on fire. He's the leader of that team, and I tell you what, without him, they're not as successful as they are.
Hogans live in the Memphis Maniax locker room. Once again, we're at halftime. 16-12 is our score. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Marlowe and Brian Bosworth. Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights that happened in our game first half. A long touchdown run started it off. Rashawn Shalom was really on fire early, Bob.
He was on fire early, and they got the ball to him often. And then the big hit right here with Derek Clark answering the call. But that big hit right there changed the course of the game, at least so in the second for this first half. And that was an incredible smack.
Touchdown for Bailey. Braum went out of the game. And then a 44-yard strike to Charles Jordan from Druckenmiller. That put the Maniacs up by 1. And then a little bit later, the Maniacs getting a long field goal. So the halftime score, 16-12. The Maniacs leading the undefeated Orlando Rage. A little bit earlier at the top of the show, we talked about being an undefeated team, and you have to go on the road. You have to play teams that are pumped up, and obviously Memphis ready to take down the Rage tonight.
Absolutely. Memphis has done this, in every single game. They've done They started off hot, and then they tail off in the third and fourth quarter. That's been their problem. Now, the defense, on the other hand, has also given up a lot of points in the second half, too. So they've got to put their second half together and learn how to cut the opponent's court.
All right, a little bit earlier today, another game played on TNN, Las Vegas and Chicago. Here are the highlights.
Oh, why can't we all just get along?
Good idea. Craig Benervini with Bob Golick, Soldier Field in Chicago. The Outlaws, the Enforcers. Yo Murphy with 2 touchdown hookups with Black Green, the newcomer, a big day.
And Murphy, with only a couple of days of practice under his belt, wasn't sure if he'd be in shape enough, but he was in shape enough for a couple of touchdowns.
13-0 at the half. Big hits in this game, Bob.
That's right. John Avery usually takes the hits. This time, dishing it out.
First touchdown since week 2. Charles Wiley for Chicago made it 13-6. Then in the fourth quarter, Dorian Brew with a big interception.
Big change for the Enforcers. They're usually giving up the ball, not taking it.
That set up a field goal. Final 2 minutes, last chance. They had a drive from their own 18. And Kevin McDougal in his first start gets the pass interference call with Fortunes on the move.
Leverston down to the 2-yard line with a great diving catch.
Capped off by this touchdown run right there by LaShawn Johnson, and Chicago with their first $100,000 bonus of the season. A happy Coach Ron Meyer and an ecstatic John Avery. The Enforcers win.
Well, Coach Ron Meyer, it's been a long road to get your first victory. How's it feel?
Oh, it's hard to explain. It's just, it's been such a tough road, and then to see these guys fight back like this, it's a great tribute to them, and it was just a great ball game. That's what the XFL is all about, right down to the last minute.
Chicago now 1-4. Las Vegas goes to 3-2.
So next weekend, Las Vegas is going to be mad when they head to Orlando to take on the Raids. That is going to be a big game. Of course, one of the stories we're going to be covering, our cameras will be in the Orlando cheerleaders locker room. And a little bit earlier, the coach filed this report. What's going to happen with those cheerleaders in the locker room? Listen to the coach.
Hello, everybody. I am the coach, and I am in Orlando, Florida at the Citrus Bowl. We're trying to find some Orlando Raids cheerleaders to see what they think about the fact that next Saturday, when Orlando plays Las Vegas, that cameras will be in their locker room at halftime. As you've heard, the cameras are going to be rolling in your locker room. Got to be excited about that.
Absolutely. Coach, I mean, they'll be able to see the wild and crazy times that we have in our locker room.
We should keep the mystery. We shouldn't reveal everything.
Come on, Michelle. This is great exposure.
It's going to be pretty interesting because there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in there.
When you say stuff, what do you mean by that?
Well, I guess you and everyone else is just going to have to wait and find out.
I kind of think it's an invasion of our privacy. A lot goes on in there, and I don't know if the world's ready to see that.
Oh, Missy, it'll be fun. The more the merrier. It's something they've never seen before.
I don't know, Jay. My dad's going to be watching. You want to know what we're going to see?
Yeah.
Come here. You really want to know?
Yeah.
Watch and see.
Bye.
Can't wait to watch. I cannot wait to watch.
Tune in next week, NBC primetime game, Las Vegas at Orlando. Cheerleaders, yes, in states of undress, boss.
Now, that's going to be outrageous. I mean, there's no question about that. That's an all-access pass, and you only get that in the XFL.
And that game is going to be a doozy. Las Vegas with the great defense. Orlando, of course, the big question is going to be, what about Jeff Brom's help? And can the team rally around Brian Kuklik if Brom can't go?
Well, I tell you what, they've got all the weapons on their side of the ball. They got Brian Shea, Michael Black, Derek Clark. They got so many things that it's tough for Orlando to have stop. But you know, the defense for the Las Vegas Outlaws, they are outrageously good. So that battle right there is going to be won in the field.
Okay. All right. The score at halftime, 16-12. Memphis is in command at the moment.
Somebody, I don't know.